you can still treat people right. You don't have to change your behavior because of another person. It, it all boils down to that you don't have to like someone to treat them right, you know? The way you behave speaks more of your character than how they treated you. And I'm not saying that you should be a doormat. That is definitely not what I'm saying. Sometimes you really need to push back. And that is when we get to the part where you need to be okay to be the villain in someone else's story. Because no matter what you do in life, someone is going to paint you as the villain. Someone is going to trash you, someone's going to smear you. But by being consistent in your own behavior, being you, walking your true walk, either they hate on you in the far distant, like a dog barking on the horizon, right? And who cares? Or you can actually get to a point where people start to realize that you were never the problem to begin with. And that is actually the best way to handle the situation most of the times, because once you flare up or you start getting agitated, people can turn that around against you. And I have a story there where someone I've been talking to has been to the social welfare office, right? And they kept delaying payments. They kept coming up with reasons, I mean, fabricated reasons, of course, why they weren't fulfilling their end of the bargain, because he had met all of their demands, right? And once he got angry with them over the phone and told them to shove it, they totally ended the errand, right? They ended the investigation into if he was going to get money, and they cut him off and claimed there is no need. Now, people always portray things out of their own perspective, right? So I'm not saying this is 100% what happened, but I know that it has happened before from personal experience, that people gaslight you and they twist things around to make it seem like you were the problem in order to boot you out. And that is exactly what happened with my handler when I hurt my niece, right? Because she kept inventing new reasons to deny my application for 3 straight months, hoping that I would get so desperate that I would go along with the job that they had lined up for me, the forcefully created job. And when they had been manipulating me and gaslighting me for a while, I straight up told the other handler where the job was at that since they're not meeting me with any of the promises they've made to me, and they keep just running me in circles, I'm not gonna meet him where he wanted me to meet him. And then it goes like telling me that, oh, if that's how you perceive it, but I didn't perceive anything in any made up way. She made up new reasons to deny me that were not in the previous application period, right? Because I always prepared in advance everything, right? So once the application date came around, I had everything done already. But she invented a new reason to deny me, and what you can do is you can take it to the next level, right? But most people who are in a really, really bad situation, they have very little energy to argue with everyone, right? And that's when I started to see the system for something else than what it actually promises to be. It creates psychological problems in people, which in turn leads them to be forcefully put in jobs they would never apply for in the beginning, only to save their behind, right? To be able to pay the bare minimum, like food, electricity, and rent. That is it. So they create a working force of, from the beginning, people with a working mindset. They break it down, make it your problem, gaslight you, and turn you into someone who never gets out of this wheel, because inside of this wheel you never get a steady employment. Most of the employers in this circle, they only hire people for as long as the government pays for it, and then they kick them out because they get subsidized perks, right? They get reimbursed from the government for hiring you. It's as simple as that. It is a business. It is a enormous business. Enormous business. And you can imagine the corruption here, because when you're inside of that system, you're working as one of those handlers. You can have friends, you can have family, you can have distant acquaintances that you send your workforce to. And you can take it from there. I'm sure you can connect the dots as well. And to take it a little bit further, that would mean they are actually sweeping the legs from under the people who are already traumatized by really, really rough experiences in life, right? And I cannot be a part of that. I cannot, with a good conscience, pay for a system that treats people this way. I can't. It's impossible. I had to make a stand, to take a stand against this. And one of them is not to produce any tax means in this country, right? Now, I do enjoy fresh water in the tap, but the way I see it, I have paid enough taxes as a company owner and as a taxpayer throughout my life to at least, get fresh water, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is where my stance is. Now, did I report this person? Of course I did, right? Did anything happen? No. It's near impossible to hold someone in an official capacity accountable in this country. If you're gonna report a doctor for treating you in a way that leads to complications, you can only report the place he works for. They're never personal, the reports. They can cause you great harm without ever paying any consequences. Well, I think that has to be enough for this time around. All right, later.